It's as simple as this. If we're elected on May the 6th, you will be in power on May the 7th. So please accept this invitation. Play your part. Do your bit. Join us in building the future. And if you do, you won't be alone. And now we're going to see a film that shows it's people that are representative of modern Britain who are fighting to change politics.
I'm Shaun Bailey, and I'm the Conservative candidate for Hammersmith. Hammersmith is a very diverse community. I often say it's a microcosm of London. Now, I'm campaigning to be a local MP, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, all the best, mate.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
thank you. We've got some very expensive housing, some very poor housing. We've got traffic, we've got roadworks. I mean, there's lots of issues here. One of the big ones is overcrowding. Unemployment's an issue. We also have a shortage of primary schools and a shortage of secondary schools as well. They're the challenges facing us, but none of them are insurmountable.
So where are you from, Labour or Conservative?
I'm Conservative candidate.
Every other day they're sending letters through the post saying, if you go Conservative, they're going to knock it down.
And look at the size of Whitesea, it's easily the biggest estate. So when people say they're throwing you out, they can't. And I really want you to read your tenancy agreement and see. When I meet people who are not passionate about politics, they ask me why have I got involved, and I always say to them it's about people for me. I am interested in what I call the people issues. I want people's housing to be right. I want people to feel safe in their community. I want them to feel like they have a stake in our society, that they have some possible future for them and their children. Youth and community work is where I come from professionally and emotionally. It's something I really enjoy. I ended up starting my own charity called My Generation. People walk in the door and they challenge you with their problems, and you can't give them a wishy-washy answer. They want a resolution. Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Bye.
Bye.
What has gone wrong in politics has been a long time coming. The MP scandal, for most people, wasn't a surprise, it was a confirmation of how they'd felt. For me, locally, we're pressing that, and we've got a few big infrastructure projects, and it really showed me that I want to be part of the change. I want to be a part of the new wave. What I want to be is a community worker who happens to be an MP.
But we don't have great schools around here.
My response to that is, let's start a school. What I have to offer politics is the fact that I come from a different walk of life. I'm not a lawyer, there's too many of them in the house. I'm a youth worker, I'm a community organiser. I've had a different journey through life compared to most politicians on both sides, and I think people appreciate that. Let's make no bones about it. I'm a member of the Conservative Party because of the arrival of David Cameron. He said to me, you can be inside the party and help me keep this change going, help be part of the change, or you could be outside the party and complain. What do you want to do? I would say to anybody, don't look at what politics has been, look at what it could become. Get involved. For me, I want to act as a two-way valve between the street and Parliament. I want to be involved in that change. And no matter who you are, you can do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shaun Bailey, one of our many, many fabulous candidates. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that British politics has been dragged through the dirt in the past year. Every day, for months and months, people were reading about the expenses scandal. But the trouble is that newsprint didn't just become tomorrow's fish and chip paper. A deep scar has been left on our democracy and a deep distrust in our political system. Sadly, people are sick and tired of politicians. And that's not just bad for politicians, it's bad for our nation, as people doubt whether things will ever really change. But I believe that there is hope, and we can fix this. Right after the expenses scandal, David Cameron led by taking decisive action in cleaning this mess up. We were the first party to ask our MPs to repay excessive expenses, the first party to publish MPs' expenses online. And we will go much further by cutting the cost of politics, cutting the number of MPs, and cutting all the perks and subsidies MPs enjoy. But the truth is that whilst Westminster might be the problem, Westminster alone cannot be the solution. This clean-up calls for a massive national effort. So I want to speak directly to the people who are angry, no, furious about what's happened. And I'm asking you not to dismiss us all as that rotten lot, but use that anger in a positive way and be passionate to play your part in that change. I'm inviting you to join the government of Britain to help us fix our broken politics. So if you see a politician who's guilty of wrongdoing, don't just moan about it down the pub, but recall them. We'll give you the power to do just that. And if you think Parliament's not debating an issue that matters to you, don't just shrug your shoulders, start a petition and drum up enough support to make Parliament debate it. And we'll give you the power to do just that. And if you see a law being passed that you don't think will work, or you know can work better, don't just sit back, get involved, get online, and directly influence the content of it. And we'll give you the power to do just that. Now, it may seem unthinkable right now, but together we can make politics, and yes, politicians, work better. So please accept this invitation, play your part, do your bit, and join us in building the future. And ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce you to the guy that made this invitation possible. Ladies and gentlemen, David Cameron.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, and good morning and welcome to Battersea Power Station. It's great to be here. As William Hague said, a building in need of regeneration, in a country in need of regeneration. And on my way here, just to save the sketchwriter's time, I just Googled quickly all the things it's associated with. The bad news from my point of view is it featured in the Beatles film Help. They also filmed the Doctor Who here, the Dalek invasion of the Earth, Hitchcock's Sabotage. At this stage, I thought things were not going well. The good news is, part of 1984, a scenario we are passionate about avoiding, was filmed here. Also a very good episode of Tomorrow's People. But above all, and I did watch this last Friday night, In Ashes to Ashes, the most recent episode. I'm not making this up. This is where Gene Hunt found Shazza and rescued her. So, I think we can say, fire up the power station, it's time for change. Manifestos, policies, acts of Parliament, all these things are powerful, but they are not as powerful as the acts of people. We can deal with our debts. We can mend our broken society. We can restore faith in our shattered political system. But only if millions of people are fired up and inspired to play their part in our nation's future. And the manifesto we are publishing today is, yes, a plan to change Britain for the better, but not in the traditional way. It is not a traditional manifesto. It's something different, very different. We don't stand here and make the usual politicians' promises. We do not say, give us your vote and we will solve all your problems. We say something different. We say no government can solve all the problems on its own. No individual can solve all the problems on their own. We say we are all in this together. So come with us and we will build a better country together. We want everyone to get involved. We need everyone to get involved. That is why we've called this manifesto an invitation to join the government of Britain. It is an invitation to every young woman or man with a business idea. We'll give you the power to start up, to take people on, to do well for yourself and to get our economy moving too.